When was it?
13 years ago.
13 years ago. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's going to be a nice, refreshing information that I will try to give. I've been guiding 20 years, so I know a thing or two, and then I am happy to take you around here. I will try, if you don't mind, finish all the ancient sites before lunch, because after lunch, you know, we have a tendency to get sleepy, and then it's hard to walk in the ancient sites, if you agree with that. And then we can actually enjoy the lunch without, you know, rushing. And heat-wise, it's going to be better for us too. So the town that you arrived to is called Kusadasi. Is my name easy to remember? Bahar?
Bahar.
Nice, you said it very good. And Kusadasi means the bird island, and Kusadasi used to be a fisherman town, and it became a huge attraction because of Ephesus. And you're gonna all fall in love with Ephesus, I can promise you that. And it is a smaller town, 130,000 people. Smaller the better, because when you have your first experience in Istanbul, it's a big city. It's another big city, like you know, you would visit in any part of the world. So I like you experiencing Turkey for the first time in a smaller town, that you actually get to meet real Turkish experience. And when people come to Turkey, they always, like, you know, when there's tourists, they always offer apple tea. I hate when they offer apple tea, because apple tea is for tourists. And as of now, you're my guest, so I'll try everything not to, you know, I will try to replace apple tea with much more local things that we consume in our daily lives. And as you come to the town, did you notice the statue up on the hill?
Yes.
That statue is of Atatürk. Atatürk is the founder of the Turkish Republic. If today I wear the dress I want, I work for the job I want, it's because of him. He is the one who modernized Turkey. He is the one who got rid of burqa. He is the founder of Turkish Republic. He's the one. As soon as he founded Turkish Republic, he made radical changes, like getting rid of the burqa. You know what burqa is? The black scarf that covers everything, and only their eyes are out. He said, no more burqa. Everyone gonna wear modern clothes. And then he's the one who encouraged the woman to become pilots, to become beauty pagans, because he didn't want the woman to hide behind the man. He's the one who gave the right to women to vote in 1934. He's the one who who adopted the Latin alphabet, so we don't speak Arabic anymore since then, that we start speaking Turkish. That's to erase the religious, you know, pressure on people too. And then he's the one who got rid of the fez head, you know, the latest hat the Ottoman man was wearing. He said modern hats for men too. So he did quite a lot of changes in a very short time, made it a secular parliament, separate the politics and religion back in 1923. So we adore him for what he did. Imagine the new generation of Turkey, like 20-year-old somethings, would have his signature tattooed on their chest. We, like, you know, he's made a big impact on our lives. So, you know, if today Turkey is the most modern Muslim country, it's because of him. And we have a Pigeon Island here. We have like tour boats that leaves from here. Pigeon Island is approximately from 11th century AD from the Selçuk Turks. And then there is a little peninsula at the back, which is Yılancı Burnu, which is the Cape of Yılancı. And that cape is, you know, serving as a beach club today, which turns into a nightclub at nighttime. And it has a significance for me. 14 years ago there on that beach, I married a Canadian. Any Canadian in the house? Yay! We're gonna gossip about him. Don't tell him if you bump into him, okay? Today they're not doing water yoga. The other day they were on the water doing yoga on the boards. So not today. All right. So Turkey has quite a lot of history. I would like to give you a little bit of information about Turkey. Abracadabra magic. I'm scared one day there is going to be an absurd picture there that's going to pop out. So as you see, this is Turkey. This is what we used to call Asia Minor. This is what we used to call Anatolia back in those times. This land has a history of 12,000 years old. My hometown is Izmir, which is the ancient name Smyrna. It's 5,000 years old. When the Canadian husband trying to pick up on me, he said, Bahar, you have to come to Quebec City this year. We're celebrating 400 years of Quebec. I laughed and I said, honey, that's how old the building I'm living in. We are very spoiled with history. There is ancient sites that hasn't been excavated yet, waiting for its turn to be excavated. There is, we're trying to enlarge the roads, and then there comes out a sarcophagus. There is, somebody trying to dig a well in their garden in the east part of Turkey. A Byzantine mosaic would pop out. So it's like popping out everywhere. Who has been through this land? Just as a summary, it started with Hittites, then it became Trojans. Then after the Trojans, we have the Hellenistic period, Greek civilizations. After that, it is Alexander the Great and the Persian period. And then after that, it is the Roman period. After the Romans, it's the Byzantines. After the Byzantines, it's the Seljuk Turks. Then Ottoman Empire for more than 400 years. Then 1923, the year the Turkish Republic has been founded. So imagine each of these civilizations leaving something behind. It is quite a lot to see around Turkey. When we look at the map, I have few things to add. On the north, we're borders with the Black Sea. That's where Turkey gets a lot of rain, and that's where Turkey is producing hazelnut and black tea. And then when you move here, it's the Marmara Sea, which is the above the Marmara Sea. That would be Istanbul, Bosphorus here. This side of Bosphorus is Europe. This side of Bosphorus is Asia. It's the only city in the world that takes place on two continents, which makes it unique. 18 million, more than 18 million people lives there. Quite crowded. And there is people that works in Asia, lives in Europe. It sounds charming when I say it like that. When you're in the traffic, it's not that charming anymore. And then we have the Marmara Sea. After you pass through the Marmara Sea towards the Aegean Sea, that would be Dardanelles here. On the north part of Dardanelles, it is the Gallipoli Wars where it happened. On the south of Dardanelles, that would be where ancient site of Troy is. As I come to south a little bit, Bursa is important. It's our silk production center. And then I come to a town called Pergamon. Pergamon is important because they had the second important ancient healthcare center. They had the second important library in history with 200,000 scrolls of books. They are the ones who invented the parchment paper. They are the ones who is the reason why the Romans got to Turkey, basically. So it's quite important. Then I have to say something about this, because every time I go down on the map, I can't stop. I can't, stop. I cannot pass without saying it. That's what I'm trying to say. Uşak. Uşak is my grandmother's hometown. What it is famous for is the Uşak carpets. When people ask me, Bahar, what do you like as carpets? I always say Uşak. Of course, everyone has a different taste. And of course, most of the answers are silk. But that's my favorite because that's my grandmother. And why it is special is it looks old. Even though if it's newly made, it's tea washed and it has an antique look. That's why I love it. Then we go to South. Denizli is our textile center, one of our textile centers. That's where the towels are coming from. Today, Ralph Lauren towels are made in Turkey. So our textile happening. Woo! The map saved me. Oh my God. I will try to finish it in one piece. I'm falling and talking, if you noticed. So Denizli is our textile center, and then we go south. Bodrum, I have to mention, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world is in Bodrum. One of them used to be here in Ephesus, the Temple of Artemis. I'm going to be able to show it to you from a distance. So two of the seven wonders of the ancient world was in Turkey. The Aegean coast, Aegean part of Turkey is quite rich for vegetation because the weather is nice, the rain is nice, so we grow a lot of things here: olives, peaches, apricots, tangerines, quince, all the other vegetables. And then we also have production of tobacco and cotton on the west coast. And then as I move south, Mediterranean coast. of Turkey is much more humid, 300 days sunny. That's where citrus fruits and bananas kind of things production. Central part of Turkey is super dry. That we don't have much vegetation, but we do have wool production in the central part of Turkey. Then we come here, Antioch. Antioch is the birthplace of St. Paul, which is important as of today's itinerary. And then Gaziantep, where the best baklavas of Turkey is coming from. And then we have a town here called, we have Euphrates and Tigris rivers flowing here. Malatya is where the best Turkish dry apricots are coming from. And then you come to the east, where Mount Ararat was. Mount Ararat, more than 5,000 meters, supposedly where Noah's Ark have landed. And Ankara, the capital of Turkey, boring. And so, what did I say so far? I said silk production, I said cotton production, wool production, and Ankara, where the Angora wool is coming from. Angora is the ancient name. So this four things gives us a chance to be good at something. It is textile. Turkish textile is trying to challenge made in China. I know it sounds impossible, but we're trying to stand out there with quality. We have a project in textile called Turk Quality, which emphasizes the, quality, the focusing on quality. So Turkish textile is definitely among the things to buy from Turkey. What else is there to buy from Turkey? Good news is that you're in a smaller town. It's probably 50% of the prices in Istanbul, for example, just to give you a prospect of it with a big city, because this is a town of 130,000 people. That's a city of 18 million people. So you definitely get everything way more cheaper, probably from the wholesale places, probably from the origin of it. So what is to buy from Turkey is definitely number one, until the tradition dies, it's going to be handmade Turkish carpets. I will explain you why the tradition is dying, a little bit later, because not many people have the patience, not many people have the talent, and the new generation loves to be at Starbucks. They love to be at Instagram for 2 hours instead of sitting by the loom, so that's why it's dying. The second thing famous to buy from Turkey is Turkish jewelry. I'm not talking about sapphires and emeralds and so on. Turkish jewelry that is really famous is the replicas of the ancient jewelry. What I'm talking about, whatever they found in Troy, whatever they found from the Ottomans, whatever they found in Ephesian jewelry has been replicated. The museum pieces are replicated by the Turkish designers. Those are the pieces to look for. For example, the coin on the edge of my necklace is Achille from Troy, Achilles. So that kind of stuff is famous. And then the third thing to buy from Turkey is the Turkish leather, because we do have a very skinny leather in Turkey. It is skinny as a t-shirt, so it can be worn all year round. And then because of that leather, we're famous for another thing, the genuine fakes. You heard that right, genuine fakes, which I'm talking about knockoffs. You would see it in New York at the back of the trunks. Here we're not shy and we don't run away with them. We actually have stores that says genuine fake this, genuine fake that, so we're very proud of our faking skills. So they do fake a lot of bags. There is low quality copies, there is high quality copies. So if the low quality copy is about $150, the high quality copy will be about $400 or $500 for a Hermes bag. But because they use real leather, they last very long. I think I bought my first fake bag here when I started guiding 20 years ago. The leather never chipped off, which is quite amazing. But as you grow older, you want the real thing. As long as you know it's the fake one, it's not okay. As much as I'm supporting everything else in my list, because I don't like as a guide suggesting you something I haven't used as a local, I would never suggest something that I don't know. What I don't have is genuine fake watch. I don't like it. Don't buy it. If you're gonna buy it for your office friend that you don't like much. That explains. I haven't tried it. If you want to buy it, but I'm not putting my face behind it, okay? What else? We said the 4 things so far. 5th thing to buy from Turkey is textile. 6th thing to buy from Turkey, which is new on my list, hair, boobs, teeth, and six-pack. I'm not kidding. People are coming to Turkey today for aesthetic surgery like a vacation. They come for 2 weeks. One before operation to get to know your doctor, to know about the operation and to take a tour around Turkey. You get your operation, stay another week to heal and then to wait if there's some needs to be touch up, whatever. And then you take a tour of Turkey again. So it is very popular to come to Turkey for having hair implants, teeth implants, and then boobs, mommy makeovers. And they don't only remove the fat, they give you back six-pack. I don't know how they do it. Once I try it, I'll recommend you names. I'm working on it. I'm going to be the first in line in the buffet to keep on eating, and then we'll try one of those doctors when the time comes. Anyway, so and you can use any currency in Turkey. You don't need to change your money into Turkish lira and stuck with it since this is your only Turkish port. They give you your currency back for smaller items, and for the other ones you can use any credit card. Just a little tip for you. If you, where are you guys from? Canada, I heard.
US.
United States, Australia, Europe, no? Okay, so Australia, Canada, States, I heard. Did I miss anything? No. So one thing you can do as a trick is you can pretend like you have American Express, and you can say for big items I'm talking about, you can say, what about I use my Visa? Because they don't like American Express for the commission that they have to pay. So they will give you extra discount for you not to use your American Express. But you haven't heard that from me, okay? You just find out from something, okay? Well, anyway, enough talk of shopping. Let's go back to history. So about Turkey and history and what we're gonna do today. Today we're gonna be covering John's Basilica, and then we're gonna be going to the House of Mary, and then we're gonna be going to Ephesus. Pretty much the same thing for John's Basilica and Virgin Mary's house. The story is pretty much the same on because you know obviously there's a link. So what I'm gonna tell in the Basilica of John and what I'm gonna tell you in Ephesus, in Virgin Mary's house, gonna merge. The only difference is one of them is you know built on purpose over the tomb of John. One of them is the house that was accidentally found, and I will explain you for the House of Mary later. I don't have a paper that says like this is the place where she spent her last years and she passed away here. I'm gonna give you the facts, and then we'll go with that information, visit the house, see how it feels. And as well for John's Basilica, we don't know where the bones are, so it's gonna be a very light visit, stronger story. And then by means of ancient sites, where you're gonna see real ruins is where Ephesus is. One more time around the corner, you're gonna see some unfortunate remains of the unfortunate fire that happened a month ago. We have the area burned a little bit. You're gonna see that, so don't be surprised. Other than that, it's a very fertile land. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna get some water because my voice. There's a water park across. That water park, when it was built, it was Europe's biggest water park. I don't know if it still holds the same title. And the fire area is just behind it. Remember, I have earlier said I have a checklist for you to try today in your Turkish experience. Whatever we are doing today is the John's, Basilica, Virgin Mary's house. It's all about Christianity, and then Ephesus is all about Greek and Roman culture. So I don't want to, I don't want you to end up going back to the ship. Okay, I have seen some nice Roman ruins in Turkey, but I don't know anything about Turkey. So later on, I would like to share some traditional stories about Turkey, and also I would like to, just just like that national drink. I want you to have the Turkish coffee. I will tell you the reason why. I want you to have the Turkish beer. It's super good, especially when we will be done with the ancient sites cold. I want you to have the Turkish wine, and then I want you to have the Turkish tea. I will explain the stories of each of them in our lives, and it's going to make it a Turkish experience at the end of the day. So this is the fire area. It is super unfortunate. The smokes were so high that it was going to the Greek island across, and the town was under the smoke of it, and it continued overnight, and it's gave quite enough big damage around here. The bad news is the damage is done. We wish it didn't happen. They managed to stop it. Good news is they stopped to manage. They managed to stop it at before the hotel area, down below. And again, the good news is they managed to stop it on the right side before. There's two weaving school on the right side. They managed to stop it right before it. So imagine if that weaving school have burned. It's sad for the trees for sure, as sad as that. But imagine thousands of handmade carpets to be burned down. That would have been sad for the ladies who have spent at least 2 years each on them. So which is on the right side that you're gonna see where it stopped. Here also, this is a road that on the corner of it, before they found the ancient sarcophagus, the remains of it is there on the right side just before the red truck. Right now they're cleaning the wood that is of the fire. This is a weaving school, and then this is a weaving school, so it just stopped before it. Today is not my day. Alright, so I think I'm gonna sit down for a little bit and then continue my stories like that. You can be a good driver in Turkey, but you cannot trust the others, as you have seen. The other car, we are crazy drivers, but there's someone that he's driving off the line now. I don't understand. Yeah, it's not from Turkey. But anyway, we are crazy drivers too. When my husband drives here, he's like, who has right to pass? And I'm like, whoever can. So that's the rule. And then when I drive in Canada, he goes crazy again. He's like, at the stop sign, your tires have to stop on the ground for 3 seconds. And I'm like, 1, 2, 3. So I'm a crazy driver in Canada. No tickets yet. 14 years.
That's awesome.
So we're gonna turn right, and we're getting closer to the ancient sites we're gonna do today. I'm gonna do them in an order that it will give us enough time at the end to try the Turkish things. But it's important that we respect to the meeting times. We're gonna use the headsets. If we can test them right now, please turn them on from the side. You don't need to touch anything else on these headsets. The on and off button is on the side. They're set up for you. If it's not working, just let me know. So if you turned it on, I'm gonna check. Some of us already sleeping. Wake up time. Make sure you turn your headsets on. Where is your yeah? We need the earpiece. You just need to plug the earpiece and turn it from the side on, and then we'll check it. Thumbs up. Thanks for the thumbs up. Check. Does anyone have problem at the back with the headset? Yours or good? Okay, perfect. Check. Good, perfect. Check. Great. So we are leaving the sea behind us. That matters because later on I'm going to show you a map, and according to that map you will see how much the sea have changed course. And then on the way to the first ancient site, I'm going to show you where the where the prison of Paul was, related to the story that we're going to talk about in the next two ancient places. So keep looking towards your right, and I'm going to point it out. So what you see is the little hill closer to the bus, parallel to the bus. When we move a little bit more forward, on the tip of it, you're gonna see a fort. I'm talking about the closest hill to us. It is visible now. Do you notice the remains of a fort with a wood stick sticking out, looks like a cross from a distance? That is place where Paul has been prisoned. I'm going to connect a link to it in a little bit. Keep looking to your right. There's a runway for a little airport. They do microlight flights here. I actually got a chance to fly over Ephesus. Ephesus is on your right side. When I used to work for TV as a presenter, I was guiding on TV. And on the right side, the runway is parallel to the harbor of Ephesus, the last Ephesus, which we're gonna go to. And then on the right side, the hillside, you see a shiny modern roof. That's where the elite citizens of Ephesus used to reside. That part is not part of our tour, but I'm still gonna give you information about that later. And then on the left hillside, you can see the Grand Theater of Ephesus. That's where Paul and John preached at. So just to acknowledge, I'm gonna give the story in a bit. You're gonna see a lot of peach and tangerine trees here, and some olive trees and fig trees merged in between. So Ephesus is in a downhill position on the right side. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start from the top, finish it at the bottom, and I'm not gonna torture you to walk back uphill. Our bus gonna change location to pick us at the bottom. But first, as I said, we're going to the Basilica of John, which is gonna be the smart way of doing things in order for our tour today. Don't worry, I worked for Disney Cruise Line, so I know how to go around the lines. I know how to work with lines. Arriving to is Selçuk, S-E-L-C-U-K, with 30,000 people population. So it's getting smaller, which is better. On the left side, you see the fortress behind the trees. That fortress is from 11th century AD. The Basilica of John is right in front of it. So don't be sad if you cannot picture it. You'll have a good chance to picture it when we're at the Basilica of John. Keep looking to your left where you see the little gate here with the blue bin in the entrance. That's where the Temple of Artemis was. And we officially arrived to Selçuk. This is the city center. Towards the right, it's Aydın, the 9th largest city of Turkey. Towards the left is my hometown, Izmir, an hour from here, which is the 3rd largest city of Turkey, famous for a lot of things. It has the 3rd largest port. It is famous for textiles, especially the men's suits, men's shirt and bridal wear. And it is also doing a lot of trade through the sea. It is settled in a bay, and it is one of the 7 churches of the Bible, just like Pergamon and Ephesus. All the rest of the 7 churches of the Bible are settled in the Aegean part of Turkey, so giving it 3 days you can see them all. And as we all know, this is not the churches we're supposed to see. It is the communities that used to live in these places. So we have to look at it that way. We do have a lot of stork nests around here, so I'll point them out to you. We Turkish people have a saying: if you see the stork flying, you're gonna travel a lot that year. If you see the stork sitting in the nest, that means not much travel that year. So if it's standing, it's still good. If you want me to show it, I'll show it for you. There is one on the right side, ancient pillar. There's no stork on it, and there's one on the aqueduct remains on the left. There's none on it. So I guess we're good. We're gonna travel this year.
Nice. It's cool.
So there is no restrooms here, guys. I'm gonna give you a restroom break at the House of Mary, which is our second stop today, and that will be the best thing to do. So this is an aqueduct remain where the stork nest is settled on, and our talented driver gonna pass through this with no problem. You're lucky that I'm not your driver. There is someone waiting for us at the gate. He's waiting for us to pass in one line. So we're gonna just make one line to enter. There's another bus that arrived at the same time. So they should go first in and then we'll go after. So we're gonna use our headsets